Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III here. It is Friday, October 30th. Hope you had an amazing week this week. Let's kick this off with the Daily Mastermind mobile app quote of the day. If you haven't downloaded the mobile app, you are missing out. Make sure you get over to iTunes and Google Play and get that mobile app. All the stuff on there is free, so it's great content, on-the-go stuff for you if you're an entrepreneur or you just need to keep that mindset going. So today, the quote of the day is by C.T. Fletcher. I love that guy. I'm always listening to him while I'm working out. And the quote is, "This is my life, and I choose to live it the way I want to live it." What a great way to just take personal responsibility for your life. Love that quote, too. Okay, so let's talk today about marketing. The title of my episode is Secrets to Marketing and Communication, but here's the thing. I want to get into more and more marketing topics over the coming week because I believe that marketing is not only something you can use to take control of your life and really create your destiny, things that you can do in marketing, but marketing and selling is really a major focus for everyone. You know, everyone, no matter what you do and how you do it, you're going to be a marketer. You're going to be somebody that's going to be selling. And there are a lot of techniques and simple ways across all platforms, whether it's social media or TV, infomercial, whatever it is, to help you to be successful in marketing. So today, I want to share with you a powerful thought when it comes to marketing and communication and even for sales. Now, as many of you know, I've been, selling and marketing most of my professional career, and I've been, noticing lately that there are so many marketers, funnels, products, self-promoting individuals. There's so many people, thinking they're marketing. But honestly, it's been pretty simple to make money online, even if you can fog a mirror lately. So I believe that individuals with real skills, talents, and techniques will ultimately stand the test of time as the marketplace gets more and more crowded. So it might be helpful for some of you to know a little bit about my background. If you don't know me, I've worked with some of the top mentors, thought leaders, authors, celebrities around the world. Tony Robbins, Robert Kiyosaki, Trump, Joel Osteen, like pretty much every name out there. I've marketed events. I've marketed books. We've done events all over the world with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. Millions of people have attended our events. And I've also operated multiple, I've built from scratch multiple telemarketing floors that have done millions of dollars a week in sales. And I've done everything from direct mail, media, online, scripting, everything that you can imagine, including millions of pieces of direct mail on a weekly basis. And the reason I tell you this is not to impress you. I tell you to impress upon you the fact that I've learned a lot of different things when it comes to marketing. And the concept I want to share with you today is probably one of the most important. And it's important enough that I keep it at the core of anything that I do when it comes to marketing. So I'm going to share this little tip with you today, and we can talk some more later on. So let me know, what you think about it. But I'll generally go back to a book that I have on my bookshelf here. It's called Positioning, The Battle for Your Mind. And I think it's appropriate this week because we're talking about the battle for your mind. But it's a similar topic in marketing because what we do a lot of times is the marketplace, as you know, is so crowded between social media and TV and radio and news, and nobody knows what to think and where to go. But I always talk about this concept that the goal with marketing should not be to position your product in someone else's mind. It's to use what's in someone else's mind to position your product. So I'm going to read you a little short first part chapter out of this book that's kind of my go-to, but it stands at the core of what I generally will do when I talk about marketing. So I'm going to read you a little bit of this, and I'm going to give you a few concepts to think about over the weekend. It says, to be successful today, you must touch base with reality. And the reality that really counts is one that's already in the prospect's mind. To be creative, to create something that doesn't already exist in the mind is becoming more and more difficult, if not impossible. The basic approach of positioning is not to create something new and different, but to manipulate what's already in someone's mind, to retie the connections that already exist. And I'll just comment that this is what makes marketing more simple than trying to come up with something unique and try to make people realize they need it. Today's marketplace is no longer responsive to the strategies that worked in the past. There's just too many products, too many companies, and too much noise. The question most frequently asked is why? Why do we need a new approach to advertising and marketing? And the answer is that we've just become an over-communicated society. It kind of goes on to say, in our over-communicated society, to talk about the impact of your advertising is is to seriously overstate the potential effectiveness of your message. In the communication jungle out there, the only hope to score big is to be selective and to concentrate on narrow targets, to practice segmentation. In other words, to position your product. The mind, as a defense against the volume of today's communication, usually screens and rejects most information it gets. That's why we talk about your mind has this reticular activating system, because you screen through tens of thousands of messages all day long, and you will generally filter out what you're not already looking for. So in general, the mind accepts only that which matches prior knowledge and experience. So millions of dollars have been wasted trying to change people's mind with advertising. Once a mind is made up, it's almost impossible to change. Certainly not with a weak force like advertising. So don't confuse me with the facts. My mind's already made up. That's kind of the way of life for most people. The average person can tolerate being told something he or she doesn't know. That's why news and all this type of stuff gets out there. But the average person cannot tolerate being told that they're wrong. So mind changing is the road to disaster. The other thing we talk about here is the only defense a person has in our overcommunicated society is an oversimplified mind. So the average mind is already a dripping sponge that they soak up more information at the expense of what's already there. Yet we continue to pour more and more information into this sponge of our customers, and we don't realize that we're wasting our time. What we have to do, and it kind of goes on and on to say that the key is the oversimplified message. So the best approach to take in our overcommunicated society is an oversimplified message. Less is more. Jettison the ambiguities, simplify the message, and then simplify it even some more to make it a long-lasting impression. People who depend on communication for their livelihood know this, and they know the necessity of oversimplification. So little material about your prospect is really out there. You've got to get inside their mind. You've got to get inside their perspective. It's not a selection project. You have to select the material that has the best chance of getting through, right? You're not selecting from your product attributes. You're trying to select from your prospect's mind. You look for the solution to your problem, not in your product and not even inside your own mind. You look for the solution to your problem that you're trying to fill for your customer inside your customer's mind. And you can concentrate on the perceptions of the customer, not the reality of the product, and you'll be far, far, far more successful. Because here's the bottom line. We try so hard to get our message across to people and get them to listen and understand what we're trying to say. Our stuff is so good, or you're in a relationship. My point is so important. You've heard that with Stephen Covey and individuals that say, seek first to understand, then to be understood. But it's not about being understood. It's being positioned in someone's mind. So whatever your product is, whatever your communication is, whatever your business or your side hustle or whatever it is you're trying to get out to the world, the key is not to be so defined as to what you have to take to the world. It's to find out what the world needs and position your product in their mind, because their perception is the reality, and it is the key to your success as well. So here's kind of my suggestion for you. Number one, stop selling and start creating massive value. When you create massive value, make sure you're creating value that the individual, whether it's a relationship, a business, or whatever, values. It has to be something that they need and they're looking for, because it doesn't matter how amazing your topic is. If it's a brand new topic, you're trying to push into someone else's mind. So everything I do in selling, whether it's communicating, selling, writing scripts, doing social media posts, any of these types of things, we're always trying to understand who your prospect, your partner, your end user for your communication is, and what they need, what they want, and what they're thinking about. That's why when you hear concepts like finding your dream 100 or finding the ideal target avatar or customer that you have, it's so important to figure out what they do, where they go, where they spend their time, what it is that they're most interested in. Because when you do that, you'll get inside their mind and you'll understand their perspective and their perception, because their perception is reality. And when you do this, you are definitely more likely to be able to position your product, whatever it is, in their mind. Sometimes it's just one or two features of your product or your message that is all you need to focus on, because that's what they're looking for. It's not about giving them all this information that you have and overloading them with content so that they turn their mind off. Anyway, that's just a little tip, a little technique on marketing I wanted to share with you, because there's some of you out there that are trying to create your own products. Some of you are working inside a business. Others are trying to communicate, whether it's through, text or email or social media or whatever it is. Whatever you're trying to communicate, always try to communicate understanding who you're communicating with. And if you do that, I know you'll be successful. I know you'll be productive. I hope that's something that'll help you. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if this is something you can use in your business, you can use in your job or your relationship. And let me know if this is the type of stuff you'd like to hear some more of. I've got a lot of different types of marketing content I'd like to share with you, because I believe that marketing is a key skill and talent that you can use to create your destiny. So with that said, this has been my message for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you'll share this Daily Mastermind episode. My name is George Wright III, and this has been the Daily Mastermind. Have a great weekend.